So the objective of the challenge is to find as many Bluetooth signals as described by the challenger. When you start the challenge, Bluetooth will start scanning the area around your phone. All devices near you with Bluetooth will count as an exposed device. Scan the desired number of devices to complete the challenge. Challenge completed. Congratulations, you found enough devices and completed the challenge. Wait till the challenger sees this. Time for our next challenge. So, a while back, when the coronavirus first started, Google and Apple came out with a solution to help people monitor who they come into contact with by using Bluetooth and allowing users to see who they've come into contact with. They made it so that anyone who has Bluetooth on their cell phone is able to emit and receive exposure notifications. But in order to create an application that can actually do anything with these exposure notifications, the application has to be government approved. This little application that I'm creating for creating little challenges is not going to get government approval, and I can't really use these exposure notifications in the application that I am creating. In Estonia, the app that allows people to track their exposures is called HOIA. So we know that people want to know what devices they come in contact with. Exposure Notifications API allows for any user of the Exposure Notifications app to know that they've come in contact with another user of that app. It only works if you get a lot of people using it. In Estonia, the HOIA application has over 100,000 downloads, which means a lot of users, which means it can actually help people. So our application is probably not going to be getting 100,000 downloads, and I don't think it's going to be a bad application, but it's not going to be important to the whole virus epidemic, meaning that we're actually not going to be targeting any virus related use cases with this app. However, we're just going to create a challenge where the user can go around and scan for Bluetooth devices and try to scan as many as required for any challenge that he has been issued. Alright, so this next challenge is going to be about exposure. Let's see how many others you meet. When we click on this exposure, the mouse puts its newspaper up again, and we see the screen. We see the two dudes, our old friend the mouse and his sick buddy, nodding to each other like they know they've seen each other, as is with this Bluetooth thing. Okay, and you can specify how many devices you want the other user to find. There can be a lot, but actually you can find these very quickly. So yesterday I put this at 125 devices, and I took and put on my little mask thingy, which is pretty much mandatory nowadays in Estonia, starting from, well, this week. And I went on a little bus ride and also into the mall and whatever, and already on the bus ride I could find 125 devices. That was courtesy of a lot of Bluetooth cars, a lot of people using their devices for HOIA, or just people using their headphones or whatever. So it's gonna find everything, which can create some noise. But well, we're not looking for just people, we're looking for anything. That's why this number can be way bigger. Okay, so let's just put this at like 450. And let's say go find everyone's devices. And I'm gonna, once again, since I'm doing these videos all by myself at the moment, I'm gonna challenge myself. And then I'm gonna click on submit. Alright, so I have a lot of challenges, as you can see in the bottom here, 15 on my name. Anyway, so I'm gonna go and click on one of these. See, the last three are exposure notification challenges. I had to create a couple just to test it yesterday. Now I can click on this by Alex12345. I can go to the challenge. I can see the objective. It's to go find everyone's devices. and the number of devices I have to find is 450. Now I'm going to click on start, and it's gonna ask for some permissions. It turns out in order to use Bluetooth you also need location permissions. Who knew, right? So people think that this is actually like someone's way of spying on them, but actually this is an actual requirement by Android. In any phone that you use, when you want to use something regarding Bluetooth scanning or whatever, you have to use location permissions. So no one's spying on you. This is an actual requirement. So I'm going to click on allow all the time. So at the moment it's 0. I'm going to turn on my computer's Bluetooth. There we go. We found a low energy device. So pretty much you have to get this whole circle full of devices that you can see here. So at the moment it's this little green dot at the top, but it's going to start filling up as you get more devices. And also you see this little text here. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but what it says is that it's found a low energy device. And at the moment, oh, now it says found a classic device. So the thing is, there are going to be 4 types that this thing can find. There's going to be low energy devices. You can think of those as maybe the HOIA app or some headphones. Classic devices are computers or phones. Dual devices can also be computers or phones. And also there's the unknown type, which this thing just doesn't know what it is yet, but we got to keep that in there. So it can be quite interesting to use this. You can go and walk around and see how many devices actually are around you. As this whole exposure notification thing is very popular at the moment, Bluetooth is switched on most devices, so you can find a lot. And I think it's quite interesting to see if maybe the guy you're sitting next to actually has Bluetooth turned on, even though he says he's using the exposure notifications application, but is he really? So you can use this app to find out. So yeah, see ya, and I hope you liked it.